Good morning. Welcome to Crochet with Nonna Rosanna. I'm Rosanna. Today is WIP weekend number 16th. I'm filming this Friday, the 5th of July, and it'll come out on the 6th Saturday. I hope you had a wonderful week, and to all our Americans, I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July and get Friday off so you get an extra long weekend. I'm hoping that for all of you. I know it's not possible, but I hope you enjoyed your 4th of July. I wish I had exciting things to tell you about my week. They're pretty boring, and I'm going to try and jazz it up. We'll see what happens. But life is, I like my life. It's very simple, and I enjoy what I do. So that's why I do it. On Monday, I made my book cover inspiration video for the month and did the reveal for July. So I will link that below if you haven't seen it yet. I played baseball on Wednesday. Tuesday, I think I did nothing. Wednesday, we had baseball. And I'm just going to show you some pictures. These girls have been so good. Even we lost again. Even though we lose, they still bring you up. So it's really good. So every time you get an RBI, you get a little duck. And once you get 10 RBIs, you get a bigger duck. And then after that, we're not sure yet because I don't think anybody has more than 20 RBIs, but this is me and my daughter. I got my little duck, and the other one, the big duck, is mine. So I have had more than 10 RBIs, runs batted in for people that don't know baseball at all. And they also do a player of the week, and the person that was player of the week before gets to choose the player of the week for that week. So my daughter got player of the week, and we lost 16-1. And that's me and my daughter, and I was got the only run batted in. So we took a picture together. So that's the excitement. I yesterday I made sauce and meatballs. So we had pasta and meatballs for dinner last night. And when I make it, I always make enough. So I have 3 more dinners. I'm going to freeze the sauce and the meatballs, and it's makes my life easier if I don't have to cook every day, but I always have something homemade prepared in advance. So whenever I'm doing things like that, I always make more. When I make my ziti, I make it for the whole family, so they each get a tray of ziti. And that's the way I cook. I try and cook a few dinners at once. That way I'm not cooking every day because, especially in this heat, and even with the air conditioning on, it still gets so warm in the house sometimes. So I've had a very hot, muggy week again. And the weekend's coming, so yes, we're going to get rain again for Saturday. But my husband's going to be off next week, and we're going to be spending probably the whole week over at his mom's house, finally getting everything cleaned up. I think he's looking into hiring someone to remove all the old furniture that just can't be donated and stuff like that. And then we're going to do the final cleaning and everything. So don't expect too much next weekend because I'll be cleaning all week and helping my husband out. The two of us have been doing it, but we just don't have the stamina and the strength to remove all the garbage and the old furniture and everything and bring it to the dump. So we're paying somebody to do that. Or I should say Colin's mom is paying for someone to do that. So that's my next week. And this afternoon, I'm just going to, I bought some clothes for my husband. Some of it fit, some of it didn't. So I'll be returning that. And then late this afternoon, when I have the shade, I'll be weeding my garden. So that was my week. Like I said, I wish I had exciting things to say about my week. It's just very humdrum, but I enjoy it. So I'm not sure which video, I wore a handmade crochet top, and a couple people have asked for the pattern. I made that 3 years ago. I've been crocheting for 4 years almost now. And I didn't take records or notes when I first started crocheting. So I don't know the exact pattern, but I'm going to put 2 pictures up here. And I'm going to link the patterns below. And I've watched them, and they're very similar to the top that I had made. So I recommend them. I've watched both the videos, and they're very clear. One of them's not in English, but it is subtitled in English. So you can, if you liked that style, that's where to learn. And I don't believe they give you sizes, but I know I made my front since I'm larger chested, I made my front a little bit larger than the top that I had made in the past, just to cover the sides. I don't like it when your bra is showing, or, side fat is showing. So these are the two patterns that I saw that I thought were the best, and you should check them out. And they'll be linked below. I'll link the channel and the exact tutorial for both of them. So that was the tops. So let's start with our WIPs. My first WIP is my paint by number. I started a new one. I'm going to put the picture up here because you can't tell from what I've done so far. So I think that'll take a minute. So that's what I've got so far. I've done, and it's all in pinks and everything. And some of the reds I had to go over 3 times because it just didn't cover the numbers at all. So that's what I did on my paint by numbers. I did no diamond painting so far this week. I have some more cards to do, but I did put an order into Amazon, and I spent quite a bit of money, and I got a few things in diamond painting and a new set of knitting needles. I'm going to try, once I finish these socks for Paige, which I will show you now, I am down to where I can start with the toe for my granddaughter. So once I get this pair done, I bought the exact same size needles, but a longer cord so I can do 2 socks at a time. I watched Carrie Penny from Carrie, I know your channel. I can't believe I can't remember this. Happy Crafter Homemaker, I think. But if you haven't seen Carrie, you should. She's amazing. She does wonderful reviews. She is exceptional at knitting and crocheting, and has a wonderful personality. It's just someone that you want to spend your time with. So I'll link Carrie's channel below. But she was saying, yeah, once you get the socks on the magic loop, it's easy to do 2 at a time. So that's what I'm going to do. So I ordered needles from Amazon, and that's how far I got. Like I said, I'm going to start the toe, and I showed Paige's mom, my daughter, these socks, and Paige is going to love them. And I'm in no rush because she won't be wearing them till the fall. So that's what I got done on my sock. It goes that way. And I love the colors. And like I've said before, it's Peyton's Croy sock in the color Mexicana. Let me turn it this way so I can read it. Stripes. So I'm hoping I can find the exact same place I started on the next ball, because my whole heel flap here ended up in purple, and I thought that was great. It wasn't planned, it's just the way it happened. So that's my socks that I've been working on, and that's a lot of crocheting because I had just finished the heel and gusset the last week. So I'm very happy how this turned out. And I really enjoy knitting socks now. I'm really surprised. And with the magic loop style, it's much easier on my hands. I still have a little bit of carpal tunnel. I'm waking up with a little numbness. So I'm trying not to do as much as I normally do. And carpal tunnel also happens when I do amigurumis because I'm pulling so tight. And yes, I started another amigurumi. So that's my socks. And then on my yarn haul, I had, whoops, just fell on the ground there. I had shown that I got some yarn from Mary Maxim, the Prism yarn. So, of course, it's all tangled up here. Let me see, it's coming and coming. I'm just going to pull out the part. I started another sweater for Paige. So I am at the point where I can, and it's a little bit bigger because it's for the winter. And I went up half a hook size. In the pattern, it's from MJF the hook. She does I believe a 5 or a 6 millimeter. I did Paige's first sweater with a 4 millimeter hook, and now I'm doing a 4.5, so it's going to be a little bit bigger. And like you can see here, it's definitely for a child. So it will be a little bit bigger and be for the winter time. So I started on that. I'm really liking the way the colors are turning out on this. Yet I have this tangled mess here that I'm just going to shove in for now, and I'll worry about it later. And I'm keeping it in one of the bags I diamond painted. So that's Paige's sweater that I've been working on. And I have 2 more amigurumis to make. I have already made the lion. And the next one is a teddy bear. So I started that. And I did this yesterday while we were watching TV. I don't know what we were watching. And I'm making it out of Craftsmart, and it was on clearance for $3 and then 60% off that. So that was a great deal. And the color is dark almond. And that's it for that. I will link the pattern and let me see, did I write it down here? Teddy Bear is by Sharon. And I'm going to say I'll put her name up here, and I will link the pattern. It's a very beginner-friendly pattern, and I've been just quickly going through it. She also has a pattern on her webpage, so that's what I follow. But I do have the tutorial linked below. So I'm making a teddy bear. Put this to one side now. And what else am I working on? The Under the Sea came out. I just didn't have time this week, so I will do it again next week. And it's a cute little whale and a baby whale, I believe. So that'll be so sweet to make. And then Judy's bird make along. I haven't started. I haven't picked out any colors, but this is the bird here, and I will start that. I'd like to get some of my projects done before. I have to get these teddy bears done before July 17th. So I got a teddy bear and a lamb to do still, and the lion is complete. I actually have it here, and this was the lion here, and I loved its mane. Turned out so great, and I will link this pattern below also. It's much darker. There we go. That's the color there. So 2 more to go, and then I can start on Judy's bird mal. And I think that's it for my WIPs right now. I have a few finished items. Right now, I have a few finished items. So let's get on with that. The one finished item that I do every week is the Music Theory 101 from Neva at Manic Mama's Crochet. And the album this week was Alicia Keys, and that's the album there. And that's the square that I made right there. And I love the way it turned out. So, you know, the colors in the squares. This is a little darker than what it's showing up. I'll put a picture up here also. So that was my square. And like I said, Neva, I am loving this. It gives me 1 square a week. And I've been making beautiful wheelchair Lapkins out of the squares. So thank you, Neva. And then what else have I done? I finished a wheelchair Lapkin. You haven't even seen it in my WIPs, but I have the movie Marquee, which is right here. And the yarns I actually used this color here, which is the dark almond, I believe. Yes, dark almond by Craftsmart. There. And then I used, what color is this one? Mustard. And it's a mustard tweed. And I used 1.5 of those in the mustard tweed, and it is also Craftsmart. And then the middle of the square, I started off with this Mary Maxim. I was gifted a gift card. Thank you very much. You know who you are. And these were the yarns. I picked a whole bunch of the Mary Maxim value yarns. It's over 450 yards. And it's a very soft yarn. And it is a true, I have to do it this way, I guess. It's a true number 4. And you know what? I really like this. Really, really like it. So when they go on sale, I'll be buying more colors of this. So that was the pale yellow. So I used basically the yellow, the gold, and the brownish color of the rose. And I hope the poster's up. And I just did a continuous, just trying to get the front here, a continuous rectangle granny square. which is there. The color is mustard. It's pretty good right there. And I started off with a chain of 22. So, because it's multiples of 3. And then I did a single crochet. I'm trying to get this a little closer, sorry. For my first row, that way I don't have gaps. I really don't like the way when you do a chain, you get the big gaps in the middle. So stick my finger in there. Right there is my chain and my single crochet. So just the continuous granny square. And I'm really pleased. That's actually, the color is really good right there. So I'm really pleased how this turned out. And doing the continuous granny square, starting with 21 single crochets, it actually worked out perfectly. So it is just over 40 inches long and just like not even a half inch by 30 wide. So it's perfect size for the wheelchair Lapkins. So I'm really pleased how this turned out. And I find it really easy because I don't even have to look when I'm doing granny squares and just going round and round. We were outside when I started it, and then I couldn't do it anymore. In the summertime, I just can't do larger blankets outside because I just get too hot. So I finished it yesterday afternoon while watching the Blue Jays game. So I'm very happy how this turned out. Very neutral colors, and trying to use up all my Craft Smarts upstairs and just replenish. I'm looking, and like I said, my craft room is a mess. I have a few bookcases around, and I have a bed, but there's so much stuff on the bed right now. Not stuff, just yarn. So much, and I have to figure out how to make it look nice. So hopefully, if we get things done at my mother-in-law's, I can work on it. I'd like to put all the fours together in colors in their squares, but we'll see. We will see. And oh, I do have one more finished item, and that's my crochet top. Really happy how it turned out. I used Lion Brand cotton 24/7 in the color purple. And it doesn't show up the right color here. And that's my top right there. I'll just back up a little bit. I didn't bring my mannequin down, so that's the top right there. I made it a little tight because it always stretches. So that's the top. And I used MJ's Off the Hook sweater, like Amanda's, and she does have free on her blog all the sizes. But instead of doing the collar for the sweater, I just did a single crochet to start it off. And it's very simple to follow. And I love it. So it's going to be a summer top. Right now, it's a little bit heavy. The cotton 24/7 is a heavy yarn. And it's a little too hot to wear right now. But in the cooler summer evenings, it's going to be perfect. So I'm so happy I got this completed. It didn't take me very long at all. If I worked on it, I could probably get this done in 2 days. And instead of the ribbed at the bottom, I just did single crochets just to add a little bit of weight to hold it down. And in the sleeves, I decreased every 8 stitches, I think, with a single crochet and then a final single crochet to finish it off. And then I went around the top with another single crochet. So very pleased how this turned out. I am not worried about wearing a camisole or anything under. I wear like a silky, I can't show you here, but it's like a silky sports bra, so skin tone colors. So I'm not worried about having anything underneath it. It's a little bit airy, like a little bit holey, but with the bra, you can't see anything, so it'll all look cohesive, but I'm all covered up. So that was my sweater that I made, and I was really pleased how this turned out. I probably will be making some more. I've been looking for more patterns on YouTube for summer crochet tops. And if I decide to make another one, I will definitely show you and let you know how the tutorial is. So I think that's it for this week. Like I said, next week there won't be many items completed because we'll be spending a lot of time at Colin's mom's house. So looking forward to my weekend, except it's going to rain again tomorrow, or they say it's going to rain. You never know. And you know what? They're wrong 50% of the time. So hopefully it won't rain. It'll just be overcast, which is fine by me because I don't like going out into the sun. I'm very pale. I burn easily, and my skin gets dried out now that I'm older. I have to put so much moisturizer on. So that's what we're doing this weekend. I don't believe we have any special plans. My daughter and her family and their best friends are going camping up north at Algonquin Park for the week. They're leaving actually today, and they won't be back till next weekend. So I hope they have a wonderful time, and I hope they have great weather. The forecast looks like it's going to be nice and warm up there. So from Southern Ontario, Oakville, I'm right on the lake, and they're going to have to drive almost 4 hours to get there. So 4 hours north of here. So I hope they have a good time, and I will definitely be FaceTiming Paige to see if she's having a good time up there. I actually told my daughter that I need a FaceTime last night. I hadn't seen Paige in a couple of weeks because, they've been busy, and my granddaughter has such a busy schedule. She had 3 birthday parties last weekend, so we didn't even get a chance to see her last weekend. So I had to FaceTime her before they went away. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Get your WIPs done, and I will see you next week sometime. Bye for now.